from sportschatplace.com and pickdogs.com. It is Wednesday, July 29th, 2020, here with your live show. Of course, we're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We've got the Puck Dogs with us, Rod Zawacki, Chris Ruffalo, and Steve Monahan to chime in on their opinions on all of today's action. We'll go through the Major League Baseball schedule. We'll go over the NHL scrimmages. Of course, tomorrow starts NBA season. And then Friday, it's regular NBA basketball, which we're back in business and happy times, right? Boy, do I really appreciate sports, more than ever. I was saying that to my wife last night. I was watching every baseball game that was on at the same time, and I had all my TVs going and the whole thing, and it was just like, man, life's just easier for me with sports on. I was processing all those videos and uploading, doing all that stuff, and it's like, I got all the games going, and it's like, I got the iPad, it's like I take a shower, it's like I got the iPad there, I'm watching the Twins-Cardinals game. It's like, yeah, life is back to normal, and I just really, I'll tell you, I'm not going to ever take it for granted again. But, it's been a little bit tough to call some of these things. Some of the teams that we thought were going to be good this year obviously aren't yet. Some teams you just really don't know through the first couple weeks of the season. And we're starting to see the same thing. We're starting to see the same thing that we see every year. Where certain teams, big expectations, fall short of those expectations. Certain teams with no expectations, playing above their heads. We're starting to see that, some teams look soft, but you never know. Baseball is meant to be a long haul, and it's not a long haul this year, so it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But anyways, let me bring in the gang, and we will get moving on picks for today's games. Before we get started, today's question for you guys: where does Carlos Martinez rank on the bum scale? I have him at total bum. And Ruffalo, I don't want to hear train riding bum. Everyone knows that's a hobo, okay? So I just need to know, where on the bum scale does Carlos Martinez fall? Because we knew he was a bum going in. And then in the second inning, we saw just what a bum this guy is. Is there ever, I can't say has there ever been an underachiever in the history of the game as much as this guy, but let's just say, why is he just dead set on squandering talent? I don't know. Steve, what do you think?
I'm going to go with Bowery bum.
Chris, we've taken train riding bum out of the equation here for you.
I'm gonna go under the overpass, trash can fire bum.
Yeah, Rod.
Yeah, pushing the pop can shopping cart bum.
Yeah, he was just.
He was lucky to get out of the first inning.
Oh, it's hideous. It's hideous. Last year they moved him to the bullpen. The Cardinals are a team that they don't tolerate that. They don't tolerate that kind of performance. And we've seen them move the center fielder into pitch. This is a team that's done that. And they've also taken the pitcher and moved him to center field. They have no problem,
Well, Rick Ankiel back in the day.
Yeah, it's like,
right?
I'm gonna pitch from center field.
No, you're not going.
It's like when you're the hired gun, you think you're the pinch hitter, and all of a sudden they put Rick Rhoden in to hit for you. It's like, let's put a starting pitcher in to bat for you. How does that sound?
Rick Rhoden was probably the best hitting pitcher of all time.
How's that for a confidence? It's still putting a pitcher in to hit for you. Matt Harvey's not a bad hitter either, but you don't see him, Tim Tebow and it out there or anything. Your picks are going bad, Reds and White Sox. I didn't take either of those as my premium picks, and I think I clearly say in my videos, a matter of fact, 2 days ago, I went back and I looked through the videos and I said, what could I do better here, right? This is what I do. I sit around, I would work, ask Chris and Rod and Steve, ask any of these guys, 2 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You call me, I'm accessible, email me. I'm accessible. Slack, text, everything. So what am I doing? I'm saying, how can I make the part of the video that's not the pick better? How can I make this better? So I said, well, maybe one thing that I never want to make our videos an infomercial for our premium pick area, because that's not what they are. They're a free pick. It says this is a free pick, and that's what they are. But you still want to say that, I give out picks on just about every single game, every single day, right? So there are certain games that I really like, and those are my premium picks. How can I say this better? So I went and I redid that entire part. I didn't write it because I don't write a script or anything, but I redid the whole thing as to how I do that. And I even say, I give out picks on every single game, but there are certain games that I like the best. These are the games that I'm betting. And I didn't say that about either of those games. So just really not sure. Those are bad. Well, they've been bad, but and we also had the Orioles against the Red Sox, and we also had the Mets against the Red Sox, and we also had the Pirates, right, yesterday, Derek Holland. We also had, you're right, we had the Pirates, what were they, plus 170 or something? Anyways, no one ever talks about that, but that's okay. That's what I signed up for. We could not give out free picks anymore if that's what you like. Or you could not commit. Anyways, speaking of not showing up, Herman Marcus had a no-hitter through 6 innings his first time out. He's up against Frankie Montas, who pitched 81 pitches in his first outing. A little bit of light work there. 2 good pitchers in a pitcher's ballpark. Sounds like a thriller. I would say with this one is if you stop selling beer at your house in the 7th inning, you might want to grab a couple on your last trip to the beer stand, because I think this is going to be a quick game. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I think this one goes under the total. I think it's a pitcher's duel, pitcher's ballpark. I can see under 7.5 here.
Steve?
Yeah, I agree as well. I think I'll take the under here. Absolutely here.
Rod?
I like the under, and give me the Rockies again.
I'm super impressed with the Rockies.
Overall.
I'm very impressed with the Rockies, man. Winning on the road like they have. They haven't even been home yet. They were in Texas, and now they played the A's in Oakland. Even if they don't win another game on this road trip, I'm still pretty impressed with, if you can go 500 on the road, you can win a division. Especially, So anyways, Joe Kelly threw at the Astros yesterday. And, I think this is something that people were just waiting to see. And I just thought it was really awkward, the whole gathering of the players wearing the mask, and some aren't wearing the mask. And it kind of looked like some of those non-peaceful demonstrations that we saw a few months ago. Looked
like a masquerade ball.
Yeah, it just looked weird, Give me Bill the Spaceman Lee against the Yankees, or Pedro Martinez versus Don Zimmer. I'll tell you, those are, give me a real baseball fight, or...
We don't know if Kelly really did pitch like that.
Kyle Farnsworth.
We see video taking out his own window trying to pitch. So,
Michael Barrett versus Kyle Farnsworth. That was a good one. Nolan Ryan.
Nolan Ryan.
There's been some great baseball brawls throughout the years.
What was that Yankee manager I seen? The older guy, bald head, and he tried to fight someone. Yeah, that was
against Pedro.
He tried to fight somebody.
Pedro threw him to the ground.
I don't think he was complaining. I think people just think that pointing out losers is somehow productive. I don't know. They never say, "Hey man, nice pick on that one." Same guys, right? And of course, Rod Birdcage hit yesterday too. So. I don't know, man. I have no idea. Madison Bumgarner taking on Lance Lynn, Texas against Arizona. This is one of those games that if, like, say you don't have the baseball plan and 100 TVs, and it wasn't a 4:05 Eastern time start, this game likely wouldn't make the big board, right? Diamondbacks, Rangers wouldn't make the board as the most popular teams, but here's where Commissioner Manfred, he might not have called me back. But let's just say he took a couple notes. You take the Rangers Diamondbacks, you stick it at 4:05 Eastern time, and all of a sudden, it's the Super Bowl ratings. You know, Bumgarner and Lynn. This should be another quick game. Ruffalo, what are you thinking here?
Well, I have a premium pick on the side, and this one at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. But for the total, I'm going to go under 8. I think it's another pitcher's game here. I see a low-scoring game, and the Rangers have had issues scoring for much of the season so far. So I'll take the under.
How many premium picks do you have today in Major League Baseball?
I have 4.
Okay. Steve?
Yeah, I like the under here, and I like the D-backs here. To Chris's point, Texas is absolutely struggling to score runs. Bumgarner on the mound. I see it continuing. So I'm going to go with the D-backs and the under in this game.
Rod?
Yeah, give me the D-backs and the under as well in this game.
These are like my 2 favorite pitchers. I love Bumgarner. They're not my 2 very favorites, but I love Bumgarner. He's one of my favorites. And Lance Lynn I love too, because it's like this guy pitches out of the stretch like nobody in the history of baseball. I mean,
yeah, but he's got to load the bases first.
Right, he's got to load the bases. Well, last time he only allowed 2 hits through 6, so it was very tough, to do that. And he also had just 9 strikeouts or something. So, Lynn pitched pretty well. And we've seen Lynn is another guy who's a fast starter. Traditionally, he's a first half of the season guy who racks up that 10-2, 12-2 record. That's why he makes a lot of All-Star games. I'm with you guys. And spread knowledge. We all got the under. Max Scherzer, those 11 strikeouts, toting him in his back pocket here, taking him on the road for the first time this season for the Nationals. Head to Toronto. Where is this game being played?
Nationals Park.
So it's a road game in Nationals Park. So this is what they decided. We're not doing the yard goats.
The other dugout, bro.
We're not doing the yard goats this season.
So they're going to be playing in Buffalo starting the second week of August.
All right, so our dream of the yard goats has been tossed to the wayside. All right, that kind of puts a
sure we'll be calling them yard goats all season long.
puts a damper. This season, like I let something go that quickly. We'll be calling them yard goats for years. Anyways, I am good at letting it go. Anyways, we got the Blue Jays and the Nationals here. Pearson, good young pitcher, up against the Nationals, who could just have 1 win this season. But Max Scherzer on the hill here. Ruffalo.
This is premium pick number 2, but for the total, there's going to be a lot of heat thrown in this game. I'm going to take the under 8.5.
Let me see. Steve?
Yeah, I got the under here. I think Scherzer, he struck out 12 Yankees in 6 innings in his debut. I think Max revs it up, and I don't think the Blue Jays will score a lot of runs. So I like the Nats and the under today with Scherzer being Max Scherzer.
And Rod?
I'm gonna take the Jays. Give me the yard goats here and the under. This Nate Pearson for the Jays is one hell of a pitcher.
Yeah, I like Max Scherzer to throw about another 100 strikeouts today. I think he's going to be the strikeout leader this season. And,
pitcher's duel.
Yeah, I think the Nationals get on the board here. I think they get the win, and I think I'm going to lay the run line. Seeing a little bit of plus money on the run line here with Scherzer, but in the plus 105, 107 range. So why not? Lucas Giolito on the hill against the Indians. These guys played twice yesterday, and man, do these guys just leave so many runners on base. I mean, both teams. It's like, it is just it's just
It's criminal.
Put it this way, tough to pay the bills. It's like I always say about golf. When I play golf, we play for money. But we don't play for like big bucks. We just play. It depends on who you're playing with. How much it is. But I have my two things that I say all the time is, number one, I have a strict no layup policy, and number two, there's no money in bogeys. Anyways, there's no money in runners left on base either. Ruffalo, who you like in this one? I mean, the White Sox, big expectations this season, and as a White Sox fan, they look flat as a pancake. This team is, like I said at the beginning of the season, when everyone was saying White Sox, White Sox, White Sox, I said this team's a year away at least.
Sorry, I got distracted at pancakes. This is my third premium pick for today on the side, but the total, I like the over 9.5. I think some of those runners get cashed in today, and I think we see a double-digit scoring game. So I'll take the over 9.5.
Steve?
Yeah, I like the over here. I think the White Sox score a lot of runs. Like you said, they've been flat, and I think it's time that they start scoring some runs today. So I'll take the White Sox and the over.
Rod?
And for me, the White Sox just left way too many guys on base for my liking. I'm going to take the Indians, and I'll take the over.
This was Monahan's favorite fight, the Jim Everett, Jim Rome. That was one of Monahan's favorites.
Yeah, that was a good one.
He just kept saying Chris for about a month.
You call me Chris one more time.
And we got a question here from Matt. On average, how many picks per day do you guys have? So for me, it depends on the sport. It depends on the day. So like on a regular Major League Baseball day, I would say between 2 and 4. Yesterday I had 2, but generally I try to have at least 3. But sometimes I have 4, sometimes even 5. It depends on the day. If it's a college football Saturday or something, I might have 9, or more. It's possible. Well, the reason why is like I'll try and do three game packages, like an early package, like for the noontime games. I'll try and do like a 3:30 package, and then an anything after, like an evening package, just so more people have a chance to buy. Because the way the premium area works, and you may or may not care, but if a capper builds a package and one of the games from the package has already started, the package disappears and you cannot purchase that package from that capper any longer. So by setting it up with those different times like that, then it gives people an opportunity to get my picks who just might have missed the 12 o'clock start, and they're still able to get my 3:30 picks or whatever. And of course, you could always buy a day, a week, a month, whatever, but we figured it out. It's like $1 a pick or something. It's less than Starbucks, like a lot less than Starbucks. But that's the answer, the long answer to a short question. Let's see, we got the Reds and the Cubs, Sonny Gray against Kyle Hendricks. Ruffalo.
I like the under here. I know Kyle Hendricks hasn't been all that great on the road, but he did throw a complete game shutout in his first start. And Sonny Gray, he's the lone bright spot so far for the Reds in that pitching rotation. So I'll take the under 9 here.
Steve?
Yeah, I agree with Chris's analysis. Sonny Gray has been pretty much lights out since he became a Cincinnati Red from last year, and he had a good first start. Kyle Hendricks on the road, like you said, there's not really Kyle Hendricks at home. The Cubs are off to a 4-1 start. I think Sonny Gray will shut him down. So,
Rod?
Yeah, I'm big on the Reds here. Give me Sonny Gray and the Reds here today.
A lot of people jumping off the Reds bandwagon. You guys know what that means. I jump on. So everyone goes one way. I say the opposite. And it's like it's almost the Monahan theory. It can be very difficult. It's his attitude. It stinks. Your attitude stinks, but we're glad to not have the planes flying over, the picnic noises as well. And a good camera angle. But look at that tan. George Hamilton tan contest winner goes to
not bad for an
Steve.
Irishman, huh?
Not bad. And I just want to tell everybody out there that, who is, it is that time of year for summer and going to the beach and sun. And I know despite the COVID, still people are starting to go on vacation, going to beaches and doing stuff like that. I just want to say, always wear sunscreen. Always, always, always wear sunscreen, man. It's like, I can't say it enough. I'm from Miami, and about 12 years ago, they found a spot on my back, and it was malignant cancer. And, thankfully, my wife spotted it, and I showed it to a person. It was back when I had an office, and it was more than 14 years ago. It's probably 18. Yeah, it was 14 years ago, and I was still working back then, and I showed it to a person in my office who I knew was a doctor, my friend Charlie, who had went to Yale and Northwestern Medical, and he called a friend of his who was a dermatologist, and he had me in there in 20 minutes. And 2 days later, I was in Northwestern Hospital being operated on for cancer, and they got it out, and I've tested clean for the last 14 years, but it's no joke, man. And it's like, there's plenty of good sunscreens out there. If you have fair skin like I do, you guys have even seen, like, I wear long sleeve shirts. You can see how much sunscreen I wear on my arms. You can see how light this part of my arms are compared to my hands. It looks like I'm wearing gloves. I don't care. It's like when they start cutting strips out of your back, nothing fun about it. So everyone wears sunscreen. Didn't mean to scare everyone, gross everyone out or anything like that. Just being honest, keeping it real, and seriously, man, take it serious. It's like, it's not a joke. I don't go outside without sunscreen on my face. I don't. Man. I see people with stuff cut out of their face. I mean, I'm from Florida. People, all my friends have had some form of sun cancer. I mean, back when I grew up, we used to pour oil on ourselves. Anyways, Pittsburgh Pirates against the Milwaukee Brewers. Speaking of putting oil on yourself, is there a bullpen in the house? I mean, seriously, it's a hater, and you got one guy who can pitch in the bullpen for the Brewers, and that's it. And then you have a Pirates bullpen that's equally as hideous. So what you have here is 15-run games, and thankfully we had the Pirates yesterday, but my God, I mean, no lead is safe in this series. Brandon Woodruff did not pitch bad at Wrigley in his first outing. And Musgrove, well, he's going to be Musgrove. Ruffalo, who do you like here?
I like Milwaukee on the run line, and I like the over 8.5. It's like you said, Woodruff didn't pitch all that badly at Wrigley, and Musgrove's got an ERA around 6.5 in his career against the Brewers. So I'll take Milwaukee on the run line.
Steve?
Yep, I feel the same. I'm going to take Milwaukee. Milwaukee's looking to get home. The Pirates, they like a lot of runs scored here. So I'm going to go with the Brewers and the over.
It did not like my sunscreen there. It did not. Truth hurt bad. Did not like my sunscreen commentary. Rod?
I'll take Woodruff and the Brewers today. Or Musgrove. I think they finally get a win here.
Don't lather up with butter. That's of course not. I like the Brewers in this one, too. I think they're just a better team. We got the Braves against the Rays. The Braves finally home. Mike Soroka on the mound. 2-3 start for the Braves. And I'll tell you, 2-3 is actually not bad considering how they've looked. They look terrible. And considering what the expectations are, especially. Meanwhile, the Rays, my pick to win the National League, the American League East, are 4-1. Charlie Morton gets the ball here. The Rays go on the road for the first time this season. Chris?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the under 8.5, and I'm gonna lean towards Atlanta here. I just like the way Soroka pitched in the opener. The Rays are swinging a hot bat, but I think their first road trip starts on a low note. So I'll take Atlanta and the under 8.5.
Steve?
Yes, I concur with Chris. I think you got two good pitchers out here. Rays' first road trip. Braves. I like the under here. I like Soroka to shut down the Rays a little bit. And Charlie Morton's a real good pitcher, so I don't see a lot of runs scored.
Rod?
I got a premium pick on the side here. I'm gonna go with the total. Give me the over 8.5. I think we're gonna see some runs here today in Atlanta.
I don't know. I thought Soroka was pretty good in that first start. I'm going to go against Rod here, and I'm going to go with the under. I just think that Soroka, he gave up the one run against DeGrom. I mean, it's, but then again, the Mets haven't gotten a run since, So, well, they got a few. They lucked out and played Boston. But got the Astros and the Dodgers. This is when, when injuries really start to hurt us as fans. This should have been Clayton Kershaw versus Justin Verlander. Was this matchup is what this is going to be. Instead, we get Dustin May against Christian Javier. Maybe we should change Ruffalo's name to Javier. I kind of like that. Go to Chris. Who do you like? Javier.
I like the Dodgers here. I mean, we saw the Dodgers capitalize on a 5-run inning. They pulled a Houston last night, and I think we see Dustin May pitched pretty well in a small sample size, and I don't know what we're going to see from Javier. So I'll take the Dodgers minus 130.
Steve?
I'm going to go with the Astros, being a little pissed off tonight. I think a lot of runs are going to be scored, so I'm going to take the Astros here at home.
Rod?
Yeah, I like the Astros as well, and I like the over.
I like the Astros too. I just think that we're getting a lot of value. I don't love the Dodgers, I just don't, It's like I'm not as enamored with the Dodgers as most people seem to be. We got the Yankees and the Orioles. There's no line on this game yet. Cole against Wojciechowski. Chris?
Yeah, I think when the line comes out, I'll probably lean towards the Yankees on the run line. I just think they take it to Baltimore here, and Wojciechowski's not a pitcher I'm trying to back, especially with the potent Yankees lineup. So I'll take the Yankees on the run line.
Steve?
Yeah, the Yankees own Baltimore in Baltimore. Top of my head, it's we've won a lot of games lately against Baltimore. Garrett Cole's going again. He's been arrested because of the postponement early on, with the Phillies. I like the Yankees here to really put a stomping on the Orioles. I'll take the Yankees in the over here.
Go to
Yeah, I'll take the Yankees in the over as well here. Wojciechowski is he faced them once last year. Gave up 5 runs over 4 innings.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. I'm not betting this game. Here's the odds. The Orioles are plus 1.5. It's postponed. I'm like, oh my god, they didn't just post minus 173 for the Orioles, and Orioles plus 1.5 at plus 173, and the Yankees minus 1.5 at minus 205. Maybe with your money. You guys know I don't play that.
Yeah.
I don't play it.
Homie, don't play that game.
Yeah, not my
color.
Not my game. We got the Twinkies against the Cardinals. I tell you, I had the Twins in that game on the run line yesterday, and I still can't stand Carlos Martinez. I just think he's an embarrassment to Major League Baseball and to all athletes. Straight bum. Ruffalo. Ponce de Leon on the mound. This guy, it's one of those weird things. It's like, so Ponce de Leon, it's like he almost threw a no-hitter his first time he was out, right, as a rookie. And we still hardly ever see him, right? He's kind of like that, it's kind of like, all right, let's break out the Billy Baru. He kind of is the Billy Baru for the Cardinals. They stuck him in the bullpen a little bit last year, too, but one thing that we saw is that if you give the Twins a crack, they will open it wide open and a river of runs will come pouring through it in a hurry. And I don't know, man. You could have said hobo. I would have been fine with it. Go with in this one. Who do you like, Chris?
Yeah, I like the over 10. I was leaning towards Minnesota when the line opened at -146, but now it's -175, and that's out of my range. So I'll take the over. I think both pitchers get tossed around a little bit.
I'm not as big a Rich Hill fan as I used to be. I used to like him when he was on the A's, and we used to get value on him. But at -170, and when he was with the Dodgers too, it's like I never thought he's not that good. He was like a good value +140 guy when he was with the A's. I loved him then. But at -170, Steve?
I mean, Rich Hill has been in the league a long time, so he's doing something right. To your point about the Twins, I've been all in on the Twins since opening day. They score a lot of runs. And, I think I said on a couple shows ago, the addition of Josh Donaldson is, I think, really, really important for the Twins. I'm going to take the over here. I like the Twins to score a lot of runs again.
Rod?
I got a premium pick on the side, and I like the over in this game.
I like the Cardinals to come back and grab a win here behind Ponce de Leon. Giants taking on the Padres. Johnny Cueto, he looked really good in his first outing against the Dodgers. It was the bullpen that let him down. Chris Paddock, he looked lights out. Is Paddock a -175 on the road pitcher now? I guess so, because that's the odds on him. Chris, what do you think here with the Padres and the Giants? You start to look at this Padres lineup all of a sudden at 4-1, and they're generally fast starters anyway. I mean, this team, Hosmer, Machado. It's like they start to see like they have a few guys here, Will Myers, right, who can play, sprinkled in with like the player to be named later in their 75 trades of a year they make. Who do you like here?
I like the under 8 pitchers duel between Paddock and Cueto, and
good.
I lean towards the Giants here at +155.
Steve?
Well, the San Diego Padres are off to a 4-1 start, first time since I think 1997. So they are playing good baseball. I think because it's a pitcher's duel, Cueto is a good pitcher, Paddock too. I think I'll take the under here in this game.
Rod?
Yeah, I agree. I'll take the under 8 and give me the Giants +1.5 and -115. I think we see a 1-run game here.
I'm a Johnny Cueto guy. I just can't get away from it. I don't know why, but I just think those days in Cincinnati when his ERA was a full run better than any other pitcher at Great American Ballpark. It just tells you that you can really, really pitch, especially he was on some bad teams. He still has the good stuff. He was just banged up a little bit, and we saw in his last outing, he still has all the Johnny Cueto stuff. And when Johnny Cueto's on, he's one of the top pitchers in all of baseball. And you give me him a +155 at home. Baseball is a game of it's a marathon, not a sprint. And even though this year every game is worth 2.7, so it's just a little bit different than normal. It's all about finding the value. You can have a losing record and still come out ahead betting. We saw it this past weekend when the Giants won that first game in Los Angeles. Let's just do some quick math, right? So the Dodgers were -350 when they lost that game, the first loss that they had against the Giants. Right, they were -350. So if you were 1-2. If you're 1-2 on the Giants, the takeback was actually they're -400, and the takeback was +350, right, on the Giants. So if you went 1-2 with the Giants, you were -100, -100, and +350. You were +150, plus a unit and a half going 1-2. If you're the Dodgers going 2-1, you were +100, +100, -400, -200 at 2-1. It's a good way to go broke. I'm going to take the Giants here, +155. These are the lines that you can't pass up if you want to have a winning baseball season. You cannot not bet that, If you want to win this baseball season, you cannot not bet Cueto. I'm just saying. Even if you lose, you still can't bet it. You still have to bet it. It's one of those things, it's like, it's so worth it. It's like, that's where the value is. That's how you make money in baseball. That is how you make money. It's not betting Jarrett Cole -2.5 freaking minus 135. And I tell you, if one of our premium handicappers gave out that pick, I would fire them on the spot. It's like nothing premium about a minus 2.5 run line, and Garrett Cole, and paying odds on that. It's ridiculous. It's like it's a bet that's a premium play, man. It's like ridiculous. It's like the stuff that me and Rod talk about. Let's like 4.5 with the Astros. All right, come in. It's like, we could talk about it here, but it's like I'm not gonna. It's not like it wasn't like writing it in the premium area. It's like, I as your trusted expert, I recommend you lay 4.5 with the Stros today. It's like, are you kidding? It's like, and you see handicappers, they don't do that. They'll give out the Cole minus 400 as a premium pick. That's what you'll see, right? It's like, what a joke. Anyways, man, we got the Angels and the Mariners. I hate that.
But our minus 4.5 with some nice plus money though.
I hate that. There's some handicappers out there. There's some handicappers out there like Jesse Shuley. He gives out like the plus 1.5. On like and it's like minus 320. It's like what's premium about that? Zero. And then he wants to be my Facebook friend. I don't want to be associated with you if that's what you consider premium picks. It's like that's bad for my brand. Is what that is. Got the Angels against the Mariners. Angels minus 213, Mariners plus 185. Heaney against Dunn. Yeah, we don't. Ghost Picks and Jimmy. I didn't even know those guys were still around. Ghost Picks. I thought they went away. But it's kind of. There's a couple other people in this industry. It's like Bittler mentioned one guy to me the other day, and he's like, "Yeah, he's not going to be on covers anymore. He's going to be exclusive with Wager Talk." I'm like, I thought he was dead. It's like, I didn't even know that guy was still alive. Like, are you sure? It's like, yeah, I just read it. I'm like, that's so weird because it's like it's kind of like when someone's saying, "Yeah, I saw Gene Rayburn make a cameo." It's like, I thought he was dead. It's like.
I know for a fact Rayburn checked out 20 years ago.
It's like, all right, man. Hey, they'll be saying this about me at some point, right? They'll be saying this about it'll be me, I'll be the next one. Who do you like here, Chris?
I like the over 9. Seattle 4-0-1 to the over in 5 games this season. I think this pitching matchup screams double digits again, so I'll take the over 9.
Steve?
Yeah, over 9. Anthony Rendon hit his first home run last night, and he's back in the lineup. Trout is, getting ready to be Mike Trout. Pujols early on, I'm sure will be productive, even though he's a dinosaur now. I like definitely like the over here. A lot of runs scored.
Rod?
I got a premium pick on the side. I like the over. I think we're going to see some runs in this game.
I like the Mariners in this one. I think they're going to shut them out, to be honest with you. I think all the value here is on Seattle. Dunn is a superstar, okay? Superstar. Okay, this is a guy you never heard of, none of that stuff. Mitch knows him. Superstar. Justin Dunn. I'm telling you, 19th overall pick in the 2016 draft. This guy went to the Gunnery High School. This place breeds pitchers. I played in their division in high school baseball. I never got a hit against Gunnery. Juan Nieves no-hit us, perfect gamed us twice. It's like he went into the major leagues. He perfect gamed somebody else there too. I mean, that's how good a pitchers the Gunnery has as a high school. He goes to Boston College, ends up getting drafted from Boston College, not a baseball school, okay? Not a baseball school. He's drafted 19th overall in the Major League Baseball draft. Steve, what's the last Boston College pitcher that was drafted in the first round of the Major League Baseball draft?
Top of my head, I couldn't tell you if my.
That's
wife
how
had
good
LeBron.
this guy is. Okay, that's how good this guy is. That's
Right.
how good he
Okay.
is. Okay, he's gonna no hit these guys. It's gonna be like It's gonna be like, whoa. That's what people are gonna say. It's kind of like when everyone's like, "Oh, I don't like to bet first-time starters. I'm not going to take the Nielsen Lamet," and he comes out and it's like, they show the gun numbers. It's like, wow. And it was like the first time. It was like the first time I ever saw Chris Sale pitch. When he came in in relief, and Hawk says on TV, he's like, Chris Sale's the first one from his draft class to make the major leagues. He throws the first pitch 102 miles an hour, and he goes, and now we see why. Justin Dunn's a superstar. He's gonna no hit him. He's gonna baffle them. I'll tell you that much. I expect a big game out of Dunn in this one. This is where all the money is today. Justin Dunn. Anyways, I'm sure you guys will hammer me on this tomorrow when he gets rocked. But let's just say, this is why you watch the show. Justin Dunn. Anyways.
I think we missed a couple.
You got the Royals, Tigers, Red Sox, Mets, I think, still to go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Matthew Boyd against Danny Duffy. I didn't think anyone would notice. Chris?
I noticed because I have a premium play on this one.
Oh, shoot. Someone's asking, are the shirts for sale? Let me just do a shameless thing. So if you spend more than $100 in our premium area over the course of 30 days, just shoot me an email, Mitch@pickdogs.com, Mitch@sportschatplace.com, with your name, your address, as well as your shirt size, which is the one thing that these people always forget their address. Send me a shirt, I need an extra large. It's like I can't email you the shirt. I also don't know it's not one, our shirts aren't one size fits all. You can see Zawacki and I are wearing the same shirt, right? So if you've spent more than $100 in our premium area, and I know a lot of people have, you can just shoot me an email, Mitch@pickdogs.com. I'll send you a shirt. If you don't want the shirt for you, tell me your wife or your girlfriend, your kid's size, whatever. We'll send them shirts. Just let me know. So that's how you get the shirts. So they're not for sale. We're giving them away. All right. Duffy or Boyd, Chris?
I have a premium play on the side, not Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Plays premium, but
So why'd you bring it up?
for the total,
Justin Dunn.
I have an under 9.5.
You got a Boston College pitcher that was picked in the 18th overall.
I want you to let you finish about the Boston College pitcher, and then I was going to slide it.
He pitched in 4 games last year, 2.70 ERA. So it's not like he's never faced a major league batter. Anyways, Steve, who do you like in this one, Duffy and?
I don't like any of them in this one. I mean, isn't this a rematch from like opening day, Boyd and Duffy, if I remember correctly?
No, the
Like
Tigers
that.
played the Reds and the Royals played the
Yeah,
Indians. But
we were making fun of Boyd.
But Boyd actually didn't go in that game.
Right.
He was scratched.
He's going today, so this is a garbage game. But I'll take the under here. I'll take the under.
Rod?
I'm gonna take the over. Boyd was 2-2 last year with a 6 ERA against these same Royals pitching last year. So I'll take the over in this game. I think we're gonna see some runs. And give me Kansas City.
I don't know. I think I'll go with the Tigers here. I really don't like this game too much.
That's why we skipped right over it.
That's right.
We weren't missing nothing. We were like, yeah, we're not missing anything. Let's go.
Okay, Red Sox, Mets. Jacob deGrom on the mound. That as the Mets go back home, they were home. They go on the road for 2 games, and now they're back home. It's like, that's not fun. It's like, I'll tell you, I have traveled, not at all since the COVID thing started, and I haven't realized just how much I hate traveling. It's like I'm so happy to just be here in Maui doing, Maui things. I'm great with it. It's like, yeah, I'm good with not traveling. But the Mets are traveling. Now they're back home. Chris, Jacob deGrom against that Red Sox lineup with boy, they could really use. So explain to me the strategy here before we, I just need to understand this, and I'm just trying to make sense of this. So the whole idea is like you build a team, and the idea is you try and like get some superstar players on the roster, and some guys that and certain guys you're going to have to pay over time. So you get Mookie Betts, right, and you just happen to land a Mookie Betts on your team. It's not good enough. What exactly are you shooting for here? I was never a big Betts guy. Do they really think there's just a big downside here on Betts? I'm not, because what we're seeing on the field isn't showing like they didn't need him, right? It's not like that. We got some other guy to come in, Lou Gehrig, right, for Pip, right? It's like, I don't know, It's like, we don't need Pip, but we're good. I don't know. Ruffalo, tell us some wisdom here. I just don't see it.
As much as we've crapped on him for the first few games, I'm going to take a shot with Boston here. I like DeGrom, but the Mets just don't give him any run support. And I think if the Red Sox scratch a couple across here, it could be enough. So I'll take a shot with Boston plus 170.
You're foolish and lack vision, Steve.
I figured.
DeGrom pitched 5 innings in the opener. He's lights out, back-to-back Cy Youngs. I think he goes further. Probably into the 7th would be my guess. The Mets bullpen is very iffy until we see further. I got to take the under here, but I'll take the Mets because of DeGrom, and I'll take the Mets in the under here.
Give me the Mets. I think the Mets win this game.
And I've seen the Mets Red Sox the last couple nights, and the Red Sox are not the Red Sox of old.
Can anyone they're not the Red Sox of old. They're kind of the Red Sox of older,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like the pre-86 Red Sox, kind of like the I don't know. These guys stink. They stink. I mean,
Yeah,
they
that's basically what I was alluding to.
they stink. It's like, the Mets are no prize, but the Red Sox, they stink. The Mets are going to kill them. They're going to kill him. I know DeGrom never gets support because he always is up against legitimate number 1 starters, but Eovaldi's not a legitimate number 1. He's a number 3. And, besides being a number 3, and he could be a number 2 on a bad team, but, and it's a 2 on the Red Sox. Sale is the 1, and he's a 2, and he's just moved up. I think you get into that Red Sox bullpen, and, I don't see it like the normal thing that happens to DeGrom, because Eovaldi's not going to go deep into the game. He throws too damn hard, right? Yeah. So I just don't see it. I don't know. I know DeGrom never gets the support. It always seems like he should, but he's not. And I'm kind of looking at the Red Sox. I want to see what's going on with their relief pitching. Who's in the lineup here? I'm looking at their depth chart. It's not showing me. Matt Barnes, Josh Taylor, Heath Hembry, Darwazon Hernandez, and Marcus Walden. Brandon Workman is the closer. I don't know. It just doesn't scare me here. I don't know. We're going to bring Barnes in. You better not do that. We're going to bring Workman in. It's like,
ooh.
Bring back this guy, right? Kimbrel.
Kimbrel.
I love it when Kimbrel hangs the arm and someone just takes the first pitch and just knocks it 6,000 feet off of him. He's like, it's like, this guy it turns into instead of an intimidation thing, it turns into a stupid look. all in the swing of a bat. Speaking of swing of a bat, Rod Zwacky, what would you rather cover here? We could either cover some La Liga or we got some NHL exhibition. And it's your call. It's your show. We're just living in it.
Tough choice on that one. I think we better. Maybe we better go with the hockey in this one for sure.
We got some regional matchups today. We got Tampa Bay and Florida going at it in the scrimmage. Noon, they'll be dropping the puck. Florida plus 145. The Lightning minus 165. I'm not going to really do a lot of hockey picks. I took Edmonton yesterday on the show. I'm 1-0. I'm in a good place. But let's just say I hate the Lightning. Chris?
So
they
do
can
I,
suck it.
but I like.
If it was up to them, we wouldn't even be having this game.
Yeah, I know.
They can suck it.
I hate them too, but I'll take them on the puck line here. I think they win this one 4-2. So I'll take Tampa Bay on the puck line.
Steve?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay.
Rod?
I'm gonna take the Panthers here. I think the Panthers come out with a little more jump and a little more fight. Tampa's gonna look like Pittsburgh yesterday. They're just gonna float around and just get our legs going.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe we'll play 10 minutes and we figure we can win. No, give me the Panthers. Come out and play 60 minutes and beat them.
Mitch Wilson likes this.
Which is Pittsburgh. They played the last 5 minutes of the game yesterday and they figured they could beat them. I hate Pittsburgh.
We got the Avalanche up against the Wild here. I think the Avalanche are kind of my team B. If it's not Edmonton that wins the cup, the Avalanche are my second team to win the cup. Chris, Minnesota Wild with that logo, which we now know is a bear head.
Yeah,
Looks like smudged ink to me.
I'm on the Avs here. I just think they're the better team, and I like their goaltending better than I like Minnesota's, even in scrimmage, because we're seeing a lot of the, and Rob was mentioning it off the air, the goaltending being split throughout the game. So I'll take Colorado money line.
How many times do you think this thing, Rod, I'll ask you this question. How many times do you think someone says to someone else during the hockey scrimmages, like combined all the hockey scrimmages, I'm going to kick your ass? It's like, I love.
Over 5 to 10, easy.
I love that about hockey. It's like these guys, they could be playing outside in a pond. It's like, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Oh, totally. Wait till we get out of this bubble. I'm gonna kick your ass.
We had a good friend who was a professional hockey player, and there was a bartender in this bar that we used to go to all the time who played goalie in his recreation league. And he was like talking about like how great he was at playing goalie. And my friend said, he goes, I bet I could stop your, I bet I could stop your shot, whatever. My friend said, how about this? I'll take 100 shots on you. I bet you stop 0. I'll bet $100 on it. I bet you stop 0. He's like, he could have scored 1,000 on him. I mean, it was like he was doing the between the legs, backwards, up, cornered, backward. It was like
blindfolded.
It was the spinorama. He did everything to him. It was like
behind the net.
Yeah, he was a center. It was like, oh man. Anyways, Rod, did you do this one? Avs in the Wild.
I'm taking the Avs. I'm taking the Avs on the puck line.
Yeah, I love
Avs
them.
minus 1.5 plus 200.
Avs or Edmonton? I think it's Avs or Edmonton going to win this whole Stanley Cup this year.
Out of the West, yeah. I've got futures on the Avs and the Oilers. So
yeah, those are mine too. I'm with you. I'm with you on both those. Capitals and Canes. Chris.
I'm on the Capitals money line here. They beat the snot out of the Hurricanes in the regular season, and I just think they're the better team here. So I'll go Capitals minus 120.
Steve.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Capitals. Everybody knows I'm a New York Ranger fan, so Rangers are playing the Hurricanes 12 o'clock Saturday, and I hope the Canes get a couple injuries in this game. But Washington, I think, beats them up.
Rod?
Yeah, Capitals, money line.
Yeah, I just can't really sink my teeth into the Hurricanes at any given moment. It's just, I don't even understand. It's like if they went away, I wouldn't even notice. Blackhawks up against the Blues. They got a 6 total in this thing. It went 5.5 to 6. I don't know. Some people think the Blackhawks shouldn't even be there. The Blues 42-19, 7-3 coming in. 8-2 in their last 10 before it hit the break. The Blackhawks were pretty hot too. They were like teetering around 500 a lot of the season, and they finished actually 2 games over. Chris, who do you like here?
I like the. Sorry, I have a premium play on the side, but on the total, I like the under 6. That number seems right on for me, so I'll take the under.
Steve?
Yeah, I'm all in on St. Louis here.
Rod?
Blues on the puck line, and the reason why that number probably went up to 6 is because the Blackhawks have 0 defense. They traded their best goalie away.
They got Subban.
A best defense.
They got
away.
Subban.
Oh yeah, they got Subban. Subban has yet to even play a game with the Blackhawks.
Subban?
Yes, he has played 0 games with the Blackhawks.
If he was on the ice, would it make any difference? Is he?
No, he's still gonna let in a big pile of goals.
What stops more goals, the post or Subban?
At the post.
We got the Rangers and the Islanders, even with no fans. I'm sure they'll be playing the "Beat Your Wife Poppin'" chant there. Really anti spousal abuse fans for the Rangers. They will never let the Islanders live it down, and they shouldn't. We are pro Rangers on that side of things. Chris, Rangers and the Islanders.
Yeah, I'm pro Rangers here as well. I'm like the Rangers on the money line. Just it'll be interesting to see if the momentum holds up for the Rangers after the break, and if maybe the break helped the Islanders. But I like the Rangers here on the money line.
Steve?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that I'm a Ranger fan, I try to be very objective, but the Rangers were playing well before all this started, and I don't think they were going to make the playoffs. But now with this reset, they're young. David Quinn is a BU guy. They hate each other. So and again, the play-ins are only a couple days away. I think the Rangers show up tonight and beat up on the Islanders tonight.
Rod?
The Rangers, their top 6 defensemen are pretty good. They can hold. They're tops in the NHL on D, I'd say. I really like the Rangers as an underdog to go far into this tournament as well. I'm taking the Rangers tonight. I think they're gonna whoop Carolina. I wouldn't say whoop, I think they beat them.
Over under on the I'm gonna kick your ass in this game.
Oh, definitely over. There'll be some,
I like the over.
No doubt on the over.
We got the Winnipeg Jets up against the Canucks. We haven't done the Canucks in a while. It's a C with an orca going through it. We talked about hockey logos on the show before, and Rod gave us what exactly is the Canucks logo. It's a C with the orca going through it. It's Rod's up. It's Rod's up with people dance. Canucks. Chris, you up with people? You up with the Canucks? You like the Jets? What do you think?
I'm up with the under. I like the under 6 here. I think it's
moved up from 5.5 to 6.
Yeah, I think it's a defense first game here, so I'll take the under 6.
Steve?
Yeah, Jets and the under here.
Rod?
Yeah, give me the Jets. Jets. I know I can't do it. Give me the Jets. I think the Jets.
I like the Canucks. Anyways, I just like doing this. Eventually that bit will be played out. Eventually I'll be done with it, but that time hasn't come. Anyways, wraps up our NHL section. We're just a couple days away from the season start. Tomorrow, of course, we'll start our NBA. There's no scrimmage today. 2 NBA games tomorrow. Jazz and Pelicans should be a dandy, and Lakers, Clippers. It's just going to be a big love fest, and that one is LeBron and Kawhi don't seem to get along with each other all that well. But it pretty much wraps it up. Let's go around the horn and see what everyone has to say on their own. Ruflo, you got a birdcage or any kind of comments here?
Yeah, I have one birdcage for baseball, one for hockey. The baseball birdcage are all going to be totals. I like the under 8 in Colorado, Oakland, under 7.5 in San Diego, San Francisco, and over 9.5 in Seattle and the LA Angels. And for hockey, all on the money line, Colorado, Washington, and the New York Rangers.
Rod?
For me, we'll start MLB Birdcage. I'm going to go the Rockies money line, Indians money line, Reds money line. Parlay those three up. Nice Birdcage. NHL Birdcage. I'm going to go Abs on the puck line, Capitals money line, and Blues on the puck line. Parlay those up, and you'll get over 10 times your money.
Steve?
I love the unders, but I love Max Scherzer today and the Nats. I love the New York Mets, Red Sox under, and I like the over for the Cards and the Twins with the Twins.
Really hate Carlos Martinez. Yeah, Carlos Martinez. I mean, maybe it's time to think about like another career path, or maybe they move back to the pen, or And I had the other team. I had the other team on the run line. I still feel bad about it, having to watch that. I don't know. I'm going to parlay the Giants here with the Mariners. I think it's going to be a massive payer, and maybe throw in. I'll just stick with that. I think that's a good place to be. I'm just going to parlay the Giants and the Mariners. Big payer. So that'll be my 2-team parlay for today. Let me bring everyone back in for the grand finale here. Guys, thanks for joining us today. Thanks to everyone that joined into our show. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. Join us tomorrow. We'll have NBA preview. Only 10 Major League Baseball tomorrow. So go over those as well. Tomorrow in the NHL, we'll see. We got 6 again. Let's see.
5, I think.
5 for tomorrow?
For NHL, 3.
Yeah.
3?
Yeah, 3 tomorrow.
Yeah. 3.
Yeah, I think that everyone kind of wants to give the NBA its center stage. And, the NHL, they're ready for Saturday when they're going to have 5, with the Mitch Wilson New Year's Day bowl plan going on with a noon start at 3 o'clock, a 4 o'clock, and 8 o'clock, and a 10:30. Just the way that sports are meant to be,
I think it's going to be every day like that.
Yeah, if you're going to have 5 games,
NHL.
that is the way to do it.
Yep.
Why run games against each other? And why run games against each other if you only are showing 5 games? Who cares?
Yep.
All right. Thanks everyone for joining us. We will see you tomorrow.
Have a good day, everybody.
Bye-bye.